Hello and welcome to challenge number 4 of the 10 days of React challenges. Today we're going to be a little bit of a fun one. This is a secret phrase alert, and this might have been a little bit of the techniques we've seen in the previous challenge number 3, but I think it's just a fun one to kind of do again to reiterate the concepts of state and listening for input events, because you're going to use both of those in pretty much every React application that you build. Let's take a look at the final version. We have an input box here that we provide for you in the starter code sandbox. We're going to say super duper secret. What is the secret phrase? We have a hint here that it says it's open sesame. We're going to type in open sesame. And as soon as we hit the E, it says you may pass. You are allowed to enter the secret hidden cave. Now, if we did something else, open sesame, it won't trigger. We can't get in at all. Let's take a look at the starter code sandbox. Here we have, let's look at the top of this thing. We just have the H2 for what's the secret phrase. We have an input box that we're going to listen to for changes. And we're going to have our hint here, and that's about it. So let's go back to our slides real quick. We're going to say the challenge starts now. You are able to pause this video, go and complete the challenge, fork the starter code sandbox, and pause this video. Once you're done, unpause the video, and I'll see you back here. All right, welcome back to the challenge. Let's go back to the solution now. We're going to go back to our code sandbox, and let's start working on this. Since we already did this a little bit in challenge number 3, I'm going to be a little bit quicker with it. This kind of repetition helps us build up that memory for when we work with React applications. To start, we're going to need to grab state, and we're going to call this const phrase and set phrase. And this is the React hook use state. Code sandbox automatically imports for us, as should Visual Studio Code if you are working locally. Use state, and we're going to say default phrase is the blank, because we don't really want to give our user anything to start. It's just going to be blank. Now we need the phrase inside of this input, so we're going to set values equal to phrase, and it's blank, so nothing really happens in this input just yet. And we're going to listen for onChange events here. OnChange is equal to E, and we kind of did this in the last challenge, set phrase e.target.value. Therefore, we have an ability to listen for changes, and we're going to update the phrase on this application. And just to prove that it's happening, let's just type in p tag here. We're going to say phrase just to see that it's updating. And now if we update here, it updates right there. Very nice. All right, now the next step to this challenge was, how do we make sure that our alert runs if the open sesame is the actual phrase that is passed in? Well, that's pretty simple. We just say if phrase is equal to open sesame. We're going to say alert, you may pass. So every time that phrase is updated, React will re-render and run this application component, this app component, and then it'll look for phrase. If it is equal to open sesame, it will alert you may pass. Let's give it a shot here. Open sesame. As soon as we hit the E, it says you may pass, and that completes the challenge.